Hey guys, tonight we're going to try to lift the front end of this quad a little bit. That's the one thing with the plow on it. She squats pretty good on the front. One guy suggested putting some weight on the back, and I like that. I think I'll do that, but it's just a two-wheel drive quad, and it works pretty good. It's a workhorse. I mean, front tires are wore out. They got slime in them, so they hold air. Back tires are good. But yeah, I think a lot of weight on the back could help. Chains possibly, but I try the weight first. But for the front, when I try to get out of the pond, when I blade the ice for skating, I hit the bank coming up with the plow. So if I really lean back, bounce right when I hit there, I can just clear it. But I'm thinking if I can lift the front end a little bit, it'll help with some clearance on the plow. And yeah, it's pretty low anyway. It's a low quad, but you can see how much it lifts up with the plow down. And I think even if I just lift it up a little more, it'd be a lot better. So I'm gonna try to put a lift kit in, make my own. We'll see what happens. Alright, we're gonna pull the wheel off here. One thing I still really need to get is a cordless impact, like a big guy. I gotta bust it up one here, get a couple nuts in there with some zip ties to hold the switch down. Still works. I don't know when the last time this wheel would have ever been pulled off. Definitely could use some new tires. I'm keeping an eye out for some decent ones. All the other thing this thing needs is new rubber lines, brake lines. I think they're collapsing inside. So after you use them a couple times, your brakes seize up. So right now the front brakes are empty or low on fluid. I just have back brakes. Anyway, I'm not into this quad too much. Traded some work for it. Got it. Wasn't running when I got it. The guy told me, so that he thinks it's the CDI box, and that's what it was. He was right. I ordered a new one on Amazon, and I got it to run, but man, it ran terrible and popped and didn't have any power. So I figured there was more problems like coil or whatever. Changed a few things, changed the coil packs, changed the plugs, wires. Still didn't make any difference. And so then, a buddy of mine, he's had luck with CDI boxes on other stuff where he puts them in the oven at like 300 degrees for about 10 minutes, and it loosens the solder, and then you take it out really carefully. Don't be shaking it or turning it upside down or anything, and then let it cool on the counter. And so I did that with the old box, the one I took out originally, and I put it in, and it's runs great. I mean, that didn't help the burning oil and the starter. I'm not sure if it's the starter or the flywheel. I think it might be the flywheel or whatever the teeth engage to, but it spins a few times. So, I mean, pull start works great every time, but my wife doesn't want to use the pull start, I'm sure. So, anyway, let's see, 9/16. I don't have 9/16 and half-inch drive, but I got a 14. Get you in here, I guess. So I'm just pulling that shock out there. My plan is just to add something to bring this up. So there's some tension on that. There we go. So I'm able to bring that up just a hair somehow. And that shock is kind of long. I mean, I can do it. I'm just wondering how I'm going to collapse that shock to put it back in. I don't know how low I can go. Just curious how low I can push it down with my foot there. Oh, can I push it down far enough to... What I'm going to try to do is turn this down so it's not at the tightest setting, and then I can maybe squish that up in there. Oh, I thought I had a pipe wrench in here somewhere. Right tool for the right job. Alright, it's just turned down now. Got a piece of wood stuck in there. Someone's off-roading adventure. Alright, I can maybe compress that. And then once I put it back in, I'll crank that back up. Anyway, for now I'm going to make something to go there and raise the hole up a bit. Now, I was going to use these plates that I had. These plates I made for something. That hole's quite large for that. So I might end up finding some different material and making something else. Let's see what we got here. Probably cut something out of this. Move some stuff here. See what we can find. My heater. Little shear. Oh, that's kind of thin. A little thin. It's not terribly different in thickness than what's on there. Oh, this is good right here. This is, I don't know if it's quite 1/8, but I think it'll be fine. Yeah, what's on there doesn't look. I'll just shear some of this off and see. See if I can shear this without tipping the table over. Well, it almost got all the way. I like to push things to the limits. Alright, let's go compare this. Come up with a plan anyway. Oh, you know what? That might be a little thicker. Yeah, that's thicker. Probably fine, but yeah, I'll go with my thicker stuff. No, I did forget about this stash. One of those cheap welding helmet covers. I have this piece of steel. This will work perfectly. So if I cut 4 pieces out of this and then I'll weld them on. Got some stainless. I got this card at the auction and it came with all this stainless rod on there. Okay, so for this job I found this other piece. It was laying right here. You're gonna use the plasma cutter to zip these off. So I think 2-inch tabs is plenty. Might be more than enough. Yeah, we're gonna go with 2-inch. 1 3/4. 1 and 1, 2, 3. Okay. So I got my air going right now to get ready. Alright, get fire. I need the ground. I need dirt there. And then I could set up a straight edge, make my cut straighter, but you know, just wing it. Could put some holes in here. This is gonna have to get cut off again, I think. Let's see now here. Maybe put my hole, and I'm gonna round these out too. About right size for the hole. Pretty close, I could just run a drill bit through there. Good enough. Now this here you'll see is shorten this up a bit. Now I just want to be just above that original hole. Not too much. But we're quite high. When we come down, let's gas. We're about an inch above right now. That hole is about an inch and a half higher than the other one. A fair bit of lift. 1.5. If I get it an inch. Where should I leave it? Take half an inch off, bring it down. Well, that on the plasma table, it wouldn't work, but I think they'll work. Alright, so I got some tabs cut. And I brought them over here. I'm going to stick weld them just because this is dirty steel. And stick weld is a little more powerful than my little MIG. Give it a little fighting chance here. I can't get into that one, so we'll just burn paint. Let's see, I wonder if I should tap these in, or maybe I'll just put a washer spacer in there. I might do that. Just put a washer spacer between them. Might bevel this so it sits on that weld there. And I'm going to try to come straight up from that. Or maybe if no. Bevel it. need that. I wonder if these are going to make it through then. I might need longer bolts. Yeah, I mean that holds it, but it doesn't give me very good access to it. Just put it right there. Alright, I apologize in advance. I don't have an auto darkening lens anymore on this helmet at home. So if I make chicken tracks all over the place, oh sorry. Like we're building a show car here. The other one, let's see what all these stock bolts reach through there. Well, they would catch a thread anyway. Okay, if I turn that around. Up as best I can. Looks pretty close. Same place. Oh, I forgot to bevel that one. Now, can I get that clamp in there? Maybe the other one will work. We'll see. Oh, well, that one might work. Back it off a pile. This to where I want it now. I think we're back together. Matches on. Okay. There. Now we're all about geometry and engineering here. So let's tack that one in. And if I can strike an arc on that painted surface or if it's going to be a problem. get in there either. Oh, yeah, we're gonna get her. Great. Into place. Well, you can kind of see from that side. I tried to bring the hole straight up. See where the old hole was. Anyway, I just have tacks on the outsides. It doesn't work. I knock them off and re-engineer. So let's see if we can get this thing in here now. And then if I do, will it just bust these off, or is my tacks good enough to hold for testing purposes? Okay, so if I put it in, put the bottom one in first, maybe. Okay, so this is stock bolts, but they just catch by a thread. What I might do is I can just suck those, instead of putting the spacers in there, I can just probably suck them in there after I get it good and welded. So now, can I get this to come down far enough to go in? I wonder if I can compress it somehow. Yeah, you know what? I think it'll work. The brake line is pretty tight there, going through. I wonder if I shouldn't pull that up. Yeah, when it's up, it's better. Now I need to redo these brake lines anyway. If I wrote it up top later. Alright, I wonder if I can get a bolt in that. I think I can. So I'm happy with the looks of that. I don't think I'm going to pull that back out. I'm just going to weld that up. Yep. Alright, so we were going downhill, but should be okay. Should do a little bit of weld on the upside there, give her some strength, or just leave it. I don't think I need to. I can come back and do that later. Do it that way first, that's the easiest way to cut back off if it don't work. Put a 7-inch disc on to get in there, or else take the steering linkage off. There we have it. I've buggered those threads. No, it starts. A little rough, but it starts. And that guy, I wonder if I have enough thread on him to tighten that up. Beautiful. Bend it in a little. Beauty. Now, remember I could turn that back up. Right now I have it on the lightest setting. Alright, so I did finally get that cranked up. I'm going to throw my wheel on. Straighten that a little bit. Throw my wheel back on and let's see if it makes any difference. Yeah, it's wonder these things hold air. Maybe they have tubes in them. Must have. Okay, so I got the other side done now. Same thing, two sides. Jacked up the strut location mounting. Just raised it from there up to there. Same on the other side. Now remember I ran that brake line around underneath because it was tight clearance. Anyway, once I get it all together, you turn the wheels all the way, the wheel hits the brake line. So I'm putting it back the way it was. So it is kind of tight in there. Once I set it down, it opens up a bit. So it's going to do that. So I'm just going to tighten that up. And then I'm going to throw this other wheel back on. And drop it down. Everything's tight in there. Second side went way easier. I didn't have any trouble tightening the shock back up or putting the top mount in, actually. So with the plow lifted up, it's not squatting quite as bad. I like this is probably, yeah, halfway between there, lower, so we gained an inch and a bit. And yeah, without the weight of the plow on the front, it looks more normal. Like it looked really puny before. It sat way down low in the front. And now it sits a little more level. Sits a little more level. So this is a Kawasaki. Where did I see it down here? klf300 B. I think it's also known as a bayou. Anyway, just did a little lift kit on the front. Hopefully that'll be just enough clearance for me to get back onto the road from the pond after blading the ice for skating. Season's almost over, but who knows, we might have a few more days of skating. So anyway, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. Maybe what you think might be wrong. Anyway, tires maybe cambered in a little bit. Not bad. Let's see how it handles. Thanks for watching.